It's Friday. It's Friday. Mm, mm. Okay. Finally. Oh my gosh, this is like one of my favorite days of the week because I get to do this. And we get to have a reading and learn and connect with spirit. And that's like, you already know my jam. Got my coffee, which I knocked over because I was obsessing in a thought, which when you're someone who like have has anxiety, for my folks who understand what that means, the overthinking is like really extra. Um, and even though I take medication, which is like amazing, it doesn't cure the anxiety. It just makes living with it like a lot easier. So I knocked over the coffee and I immediately was like, what is spirit trying to tell me? And I was like, I started like doing all these dizzy thoughts, and then I like kind of slowed my thinking down, and spirit was like, you're thinking too much. I'm like, okay, release it, let it go, let it go. Thankfully, it didn't spill much of my coffee, which was great. I'm going to drink it because it's hot and, you know, I'm going to be me and you be you. Let's do it. Okay, right. So back to the focus. I'm getting the Work Your Light Oracle card deck. Remember on the inside that you are the oracle, right? We're our own oracles. Oracle, oracle, I feel like I'm gonna make a CD one day. It's gonna be really fucking weird, but totally me. And I'm excited to how that comes to fruition. Anyways, it's good to have multiple goals with things you're passionate about. So we're gonna do a little Work Your Light. I'm gonna totally throw my head back and laugh if spirit delivers messages that complement the spilled coffee. I know you know what that's like. So perhaps you're in that energy flow yourself today. You know, one of the things I love to do the most when I'm like overthinking in a process is really begin to shift back into self love and to really like feel on myself, like all the things that are so fucking awesome about me and how proud I am of myself, and that, the things I want are totally acceptable. And um, I love to feel good and I want to feel good. And so getting into that feeling good energy, it's like we're not thinking about all the other things that are to think about. We're thinking about ourselves, but we're choosing intentional thought with how we're thinking about ourselves. Whoa, I thought one was going to flip out there. Did you see? So I'm trying to like do the angle change because I know like part of the fun is seeing a card flip out and I see it and then I'm thinking you all don't get to see it. So I also redecorated my main floor, which is amazing. Oh, okay. Spirit. All right. I see you. Okay. So I also love to listen to music that makes me feel really good and really hits the vibe that like I'm about. So for instance, for me, giving him something he can feel. I do obviously Aretha Franklin is the original. Um, and there's like you can't do anything better than what she did with it. My next favorite rendition of that song is from On Vogue. Go check the video too because it's the fucking shit. Okay, but that's spirit. Okay, whoa. So yeah, that song makes me feel good. Putting on Rihanna, pretty much any song. Something that I can tune into my own energy. So I definitely encourage you to do that for yourself. Like What are the things that make you feel most yourself, right? Like when I think of the woman who I am, and I get into really feeling that and owning that, it matches the vibration of certain things. And once we sort of embrace that about ourselves, we can't really look back. We can't turn our back on ourselves. So even when it's really hard to do the things we're feeling called to do within, we're like, oh, but I didn't want to have to do that, it's like it's we can't ignore we can't ignore ourselves, right? We can't our higher self, we're more tuned into it, which is great. That's what we want to be because we want to reach up to our higher selves who's reaching down to us and saying, hey, come up, come this way. Okay. I got good things for you. All right. This is such an amazing reading today. I'm excited. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you here. And I really hope that today brings you some clarity and just deeper connectedness to yourself and honoring yourself and your boundaries. Our first card today is I gotta find it. Okay. Trust your path. That's it. That's all I got to say about it. Just kidding. Um, yeah, Spirit's like as if you don't have something to say. I'm like, you know what, Spirit? Oh yeah, it's probably my dad. Okay, old jazz man. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? What would I do? The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you can't go wrong. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. If you take one baby step each day, within a year, you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you will turn back and look in awe at how far you journeyed. Keep moving and opening yourself up to a whole new level of support and receiving. Things are not going to work out the way you are planning. But if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could possibly imagine. Spirit, I can't right now. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path and let your soul lead the way. This is everything that's what's up. Okay. This is why I knocked my coffee over. What did you do today that you're like, oh, that's why I did that? Okay, that's what was happening. I was like, I'm not on my focus. Let's get back in. Let's get on our focus. Trusting our path. I love the reminder not to micromanage the universe. I seriously, seriously, seriously am like, yes. I think it's so important to have goals that we work on because our dreams are given to us to bring to life. So, yes, they can come true. That's why we have them. It's our job to keep walking, right? 365 days, we're going to keep taking a step. Some days we're going to do lots. Other days we'll do a one thing. One day we might do a nothing. Um, it's all about moving with the rhythm within you because we have to take care of ourselves and rest too, right? So trust your path and really, really, really some great things are going to be happening. And so we can feel good about that because we're trusting our path. We know that when we tune into our heart and what it's trying to communicate with us about what we want, that it isn't something to feel bad about. It's something to really soak into. We are owning our worth in deeper ways, and that's great because that's going to bring in the people, the places, the things that we're all wanting for us. I love it. What a great message today. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. This next card, whoa, my energy is like, wowzers. Okay, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Your divine or your guidance is divinely guided. You are being called to answer the call of your soul. It might be scary, it might not make sense, but if you trust your soul's yearnings, you will live a life beyond what your mind could possibly imagine. Answering your soul's calling is not a one time thing, rather, a lifelong dance. Deep down, you already know what you long for, what your soul yearns for. Whatever you are called to do, that is your calling. Don't overthink it. Hey, Spirit, I won't, I won't. Don't wait for permission. We don't have to. Isn't that liberating? It can feel terrifying. Like, oh my God, ah! But we need to go with it, right? We can trust ourselves. Just say yes. Most people are waiting for a step by step plan before they take the first step, but intuition doesn't work like that. It takes faith and courage to answer the calls of your soul. And that's why most people don't do it. But we're not most people. No, we're not. Okay. You are in exactly the right place to answer your calling now. You don't need to know the whole plan. You don't even need to know where it's leading. You just need to take the next step. What did we just get told, y'all? Trust the path. My other hit song. Trust the path. Um, okay. I will distract myself. I'm like, why is my son my twin? Okay. Um, beep, 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 beep. Okay, you just need to take the next step. No one has ever had the complete perfect plan. No one. There is no end destination. That's good news, though. There is no right or wrong way to do it, and you do not need permission from anybody else. Sometimes the more resistance we have around answering a soul calling, the more important it is to our soul's growth. Remember when I was like, it feels terrifying, but it's like, this is the stuff we have to do for ourselves because our soul needs to grow. It's saying, hey, this doesn't feel good and it's not an experience I want to have. And the only one who can honor it and advocate for my wants is me. So even if our voice is like, beep, we still need to do it. So the work your light inquiry is, what is your soul calling you to do? Definitely do some journaling. I feel like when you come here, it's like bring your journal book, okay, and take some notes of what feels right for you. And also just be open to it imprinting if doing the writing thing is not for you. Um, okay, I love this card so much. I definitely am very passionate about biblical times, and not because I am a religion, more or less. Just what was happening in the world and who Jesus was is truly fascinating to me. And I just feel like there's so much information we don't know about, especially women who were incredibly relevant and just not carried on because the patriarchy. Okay. My favorite is when men want to argue with me about it, and I have to shut them down. It's not a debate. And I'm also not arguing about it. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, was an ancient mystic who dedicated her life to laying the foundations for Christ consciousness to be woven through all of life. She is not widely known, but without her, Christ consciousness would not be rising as it is today. Anna represents the quiet dedication that is sometimes required to live a life of service. She represents the generations that came before that devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being while knowing that they would not see the glorious end result. She represents the dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother, and the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all of life. Anna teaches us that we all have a part to play in the divine plan. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant. One person's part may be to mother their children, another's may be to gather women in a circle each month. No part is better or worse, more important or less significant. We each have within us a seed of light that we incarnated to share. Anna is gathering us all to remember and surrender the part of the plan. Oh, beloved Anna, thank you for laying the foundations of the divine plan. May the seeds of light within me be revealed, and may I surrender to my part of the divine plan. I'm gonna I need to process that. That to me is like a spirit mic drop. Woo! Not everything we need to do has needs to be on a level that we see like public figures and celebrities. And in the age of social media, there was like a little fluffy. In the age of social media, and as it's really blowing up, it is relevant. So a lot of us are engaging in it because it's a part of what we're doing for our businesses and whatnot. So we need to be, out there in the field, and at the same time, um, that's only one aspect of like a whole picture of what we need to be doing and how we're doing it. And I love the quiet dedication. I love the dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother. I feel like so many of us can really relate to that in our own ways. And when we have that role, I really do believe we understand that this is who we are. And so, how do we then bring in balance to having this dynamic within our energy and also remembering to take care of ourselves, like we don't have to do everything because Anna's here to remember that she's one part of everyone else. So we're not meant to do everything. We're not meant to solve everything. We're meant to do the things that we need to do. I love the reference of feeling called to just be a good mother. I shouldn't even say just to be a good mother. That's unlearning, right? At its finest here. It's the recognition of sometimes what I'm doing today is focusing on being a good mom and or in this moment of my day. And there are really, I don't want to say thankless because I don't believe in thankless. I just believe in like divine timing. And so at some point, what we do today will come back in a way that will show us, the effects of that experience. So it's more or less really being in your authenticity and just remembering that like not everything is for the gram, right? And there's the most important thing is what's happening up in our ownness, our essence. Whew. Okay. Our next card, which Spirit shifted gears. Okay. And that's Spirit does that. We already know. That's kind of what I like about it because I'm a water sign, so that's already my jam. Okay. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Hmm. The most selfless thing you can do is to fill up your own inner well. When we are running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we so deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have to give multiplies. Lordy. You knew some Reiki breathing was coming in now, and Spirit said, you know what? We're taking it. No. Okay. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. We're not allowing ourselves. What nourishes you? What refuels your body? What is nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile? Overspilling with life. Maybe gardening, arranging flowers, getting a massage, using luxurious essential oils, snuggling up on your couch, all these different things, right? Like things I was mentioning earlier, like to get out of that headspace, I put on some music, I caught up all in my own greatness, and was like, I'm gonna get myself out of this because I don't want to spend. I want to spend my day enjoying, you know. Um, so, what nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all those around you, for there is more than enough to go around. Plenty for everybody. Do something that deeply replenishes you today. Yes. Let's take care of ourselves. Another song on my album. Let's take care of ourselves. Yes, I will sing it just like that. Okay. Version right now, but yes, these are beginning concepts. They're beginning concepts. Spirit, I can't right now. Okay, Spirit gets me cracking up. It's like I am the kid in class who's cracking a joke and we're laughing and we're talking. Um, so Spirit's got me going. Okay. Sisterhood of the Rose. Don't. Duty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Hmm. The Sisterhood of the Rose is a lineage of priestesses and mystics who devoted their lives to serving humanity and seeding light consciousness all over the earth. A cross section of ancient lineages, it is the path of devotion and beauty. Walking this path means being devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. The rose symbolizes the heart and the sacred geometry of all life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you. Particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. Yes. You are being called to spend more time in nature, as all the ancient secrets live there. Mother Earth is constantly whispering. Spend time admiring her creations, and you will be rewarded with insight and grace. For real, I could stare at a tree for so long and find so much beauty and things to look at in it. It's fascinating. And for real, it's an energetic exchange and it opens up the space for us to receive. Ooh. Mm, mm, mm. Opens up the space, opens up the space. Another song on my CD. Okay. Um, you are being called to take a little more time to notice the beauty that exists all around you and contribute to the beauty of the world in your own way too. This could be through your own creations or in the little things like how you dress, picking flowers for your home. Every time you devote your time to creating beauty, you harmonize the planet a little more and the shift in the vibration can be felt. That's why there's so much emphasis on like start with you. If every single person is doing this a little every single day, we're creating impacts and a whole vibrational shift. So it is really powerful and just keep doing that. Take that time out every day to like get into that zone and do that for yourself. Surround yourself with beauty wherever you go. I love getting outside. Everyone, spring is on the way. Maybe you live somewhere where you don't experience snow and cold in any season that you have. Where I am, we definitely have all four seasons. So, but even just to get out, like you have to shovel snow, that's can be a very healing and peaceful experience to have. It's very, very magical energy. It's a quiet that is unparalleled. It's beautiful. And I mean, well, it's snowing, you have to shovel anyway, so why not enjoy it? The Great Gathering. Oh my God. Are we all going to go to a party? I know, I'm so corny. But ooh, this is good news. It's all coming together. Intuitive Hits Soul Tribe. You are being called to let your intuition move you physically. You are connected to a group of souls who are weaving a web around the planet. And as you travel and share your creations, something is rethreaded. Hmm. This card is an acknowledgement that you are either being called to connect with others who are like you at a soul level, or that you already are. You are being called to gather groups of people either by leading them or becoming a part of a group that can support you and your soul's personal mission. You are a part of a group of souls who agreed to be here at this time in history to heal yourself, your ancestral line, and the planet. To raise consciousness so that we can continue to call this magnificent place home for eras to come. Or you all can go to Mars and I'll hang out here and I'm totally cool. If you want to go to outer space, I so encourage that. And I'm going to wait while Earth regenerates. That sounds like a plan. So one of many consciously choosing to devote your life to something greater than yourself. And if we go back to the Anna card, the grandmother of Jesus, it's that idea of like, there are so many things within a day that are like humble, that are really just between you and our creator, right? And how we're choosing to conduct ourselves when no one is looking, when we can't get caught or whatever the vibration that's happening with why we're doing something like that. That's when it really matters, right? So we need to um, really, really honor that for ourselves because we're being told like our soul tribe is here for us. So it's either coming in or there might be new additions and or yeah, someone could be coming in or more than one person could be coming in. Um, okay, so I might have read this, but I'm just going to reread it. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice and letting yourself be seen. When you share what is real and true to you, and you share the medicine you need, that you most need, those who are like you will gather around you. You are your tribe. They are just like you. And just as you are longing and searching for them, they are longing and searching for you too. I choose now to let myself be seen. I am ready to call in my soul tribe and create a web of light all over the planet. That sounds amazing. I'm in. I'm in. I don't feel like I'm not really feeling called to say anything further about that. I think spirit is kind of like there that yeah. Okay. Okay. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. You are going through a period of awakening. Things are changing within you and at many levels. You are starting to remember ancient truths and discovering more and more about who you are and why you incarnated. You may find that you are experiencing past life flashbacks, seeing the invisible thread that is woven through all of life. Remember that connected earlier with the thread that is woven through life. So, that's going to be another song on my album, everybody. The thread that is woven through all of life. Or even feeling Kundalini Shakati rise through your body from the base of your spine. The most important thing for this time is not to overthink it. Ugh, okay, spirit, and to stay grounded. Share your experiences with like soul people while you consciously integrate them. Consciously integrate them. Okay. Journal and pay attention to your dreams. You are remembering, and your soul gifts are emerging. During this time of transition and awakening, you may be called to devote yourself to being of service. There are ideas, truths, concepts, books, and creations waiting to be birthed into this world. Stay open to receiving them. Pulling this card may be a sign that you are here to birth one of these creations into the world. Or perhaps you're being called to make a shift in your life in order to be of service. Don't think too much about it. Instead, repeat the following work your light activation. I surrender to my awakening. I allow the Shakati energy to rise up from the base of my spine. I open myself up to the universe using me in a way that delights my mind, body, and spirit. Oh, y'all, this is all about us. This is not about anyone else. This is not about anything else. This is all about us getting in tune with our own path, our own energy, our own wants, our own dreams, our own goals, and honoring that. Honoring that no matter what, because that is the way. This is the path that's being laid out before us. When we really feel what we know is right, we can't ignore that. That doesn't go away. We know. We can't unknow it. So really honoring our heart's flow and feeling like it's safe to do that because I'm honoring me and taking that time to really get into your own essence and energy and vibration and just tune into your authentic self. That is the best. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you're interested in receiving remote Reiki, I definitely encourage you to get in touch with me. I would be happy to share that experience with you, and I know we'll have a lot of fun. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to doing this again next week. Bye.